6, maybe 7 Leonardos I saw in stock looked exactly like this. Nightmares you will have. Look at those eyes. Look at them. Well, look no longer at that Leonardo, because here's a brand new Leonardo that I'm reviewing to you for your viewing pleasure today at the Spotlight Review Station. This is the brand new Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Wave 2 Battle Shell subline. Take a look at the packaging. Take of every single video review on this channel. Up close in your face! So here we have the action figure. Here we got Leonardo. Above that we got Nickelodeon. And down below that we got Nickelodeon Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ooh, mystery battle gear. I wonder what that can be. Leonardo, battle shell. Earn pizza points for prizes. Details inside. Weapon storage. See back. Let's take a look at the back of the packaging. And here we got Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And a brief bio for Leonardo. Here's that picture of Leonardo they've been using to promote the action figures. And here's an opening where you can actually see the battle shell gimmick. Shell opens for weapon storage. And here's a look at some of the figures that are also available at the moment. Here are your battle shell Ninja Turtles, your basic Ninja Turtle figures, and some allies. And then here's your basic villains with new additions. So here we have the Foot Lieutenant, and my personal favorite, Alberto, who wants to give me a hug. So that's going to do it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and open this up now so we can take a look at the figure with a quick... Okay, so before we take a look at the action figure, we have some contents we need to get through, and that's basically the promotional product catalog, whatever you want to call it. It is the exact same one as the Wave 1 action figures. There is nothing new here to address. That's unfortunate because I was expecting to see maybe some more allies and villains, but no. We'll have to wait until we actually see more figures down the line, probably at Toy Fair. Anyway, here's also the piece of points that comes with Leonardo. Hiding the code because obviously it's mine and not yours, but anyway, if you need to know what to do, you go to playmatestoys.com and you put in the code, you redeem your piece of points, and you probably save up for something special, right? Now we can talk about the action figure. So here is the brand new Leonardo action figure, and the first thing that I want to say about this battle shell figure is I love the new head sculpt. And it's definitely got the stylized version of his head from the cartoon, which is something that Wave 1 really didn't have right. Now, you know, this figure wasn't so bad except for the obvious... Here's your night and day comparisons, this being night, this being day here. I mean, this looks more like Leonardo from the cartoon. Now, there are some areas on the figure which, due to the gimmick of the battle shell feature, really does hinder a little bit of the proportions. Like, good God, what is happening there at the side profile? Yes, that's right. This is my one nitpick about this. Okay, let's just get it out of the way. This is not a nitpick. This is negativity. I understand why it had to be done this way, but it still really does ruin the look. I mean, it's what can I say? I mean, it is what it is, but I've still gotta say that this does not look good for a side profile of the figure. I mean, look at that. Look how far out the shell is compared to his body here. It's just... It's not right. How you do it, though, is not a simple pull back like this, which you can do, but you might actually break it. Now, the head here is like the key. You push down on it, and it opens up like so. And this is the look at the back of the figure from the inside, where you can store away his weapons, which I'll do in just a moment. But first, let me just finish up something here real quickly, and that is the overall look of the figure himself, which is an amazing, amazing change. The paint job's pretty clean. There is a little bit of some marking on my figure right here at the back of his heel, but hey, I could probably clean that off myself. But at least he does have a complete belt from the front and the back. They did paint the T for Turtles right there on the shell, which is nice. His gloves are painted pretty good. He's got some details here that the original did not have on either side of his arm. Hey, it's a nice touch. It looks pretty cool, and it looks like something a red ear slider turtle may actually have. Let's take a look at the back of the shell, and as you can see, we got some nice pattern work here. Looks pretty good compared to the original, with this being more glossier, but I like the flat look to this. This just looks so much better. And we'll notice on the original that the bandana is actually pretty short from the back, whereas the new version has a much longer bandana and looks so cool. So anyway, let's go through the articulation on Leo real quick. So really, it works more like a mushroom peg, and if I'm not mistaken, it could actually be a mushroom peg. I haven't really taken the time to look. The shoulders are universal, so you do get some inward and outward movement, and you can get a full 360 rotation without hindrance by the shell, which is nice. Got a swivel cut above the elbow, single jointed elbows that does get 90 degrees of bend, a swivel cut underneath the elbow joint because they couldn't put it right here at the hand. They had to put it right here. The legs are universally jointed with those awkward hip joints, which I still hate these things, but anyway, up it goes. You get that much kicking forward, and you get this much going back. You can get a little bit of some kicking outward, but no JCVD posing. It just is not going to happen. So we do have a swivel cut above the knee joint. We got single jointed knees that does get 9 degrees of bend. There's a hinge joint for up and down movement at the feet, and that's your articulation. But let's talk about the accessories that this figure comes with. Obviously, he's got to have something to put in the back of his shell, and yeah, his sword has hinges where it can fold back like this, where you can also hit his head, open up the shell, and you can slide it in. We also have this plain looking shuriken here, right? No detail on it whatsoever. And it tabs in right here on the back. And it's pre-secured in there. I mean, that's not going anywhere no matter how hard you try to force it. You may even break your fingernail trying to get that out. So anyway, just close this right back up and there we go. Whenever you want to pull your weapons out from your figure, pop the head, there we go. Close, open, close, open, close. No effort whatsoever. Now here's the drawback on the figure, obviously being the weapons, but the good thing about having the first figure is you get the main weapons. So if you don't like the additional hinges on the one, which makes it very floppy, you can always use the originals. And that also goes for the much glossier and translucent powered up version. He is holding that and it's not going anywhere. And now let's talk about what's inside the mystery battle gear. It's a mystery. We're going to find out. And when we finally do get it open, what do we got here? Ooh. Throwing daggers. We actually got detail on these instead of the shuriken that comes with Leonardo. But then again, this does come with Leonardo, so that kind of, forget it. So anyway, let's see if Leo can actually hold these weapons. Yeah, he actually can. And now let's see if he can actually store away these weapons. I'm not so sure if there's anywhere they can actually be placed without, you know, putting a little hindrance on the lock. Maybe just one. Let's try something just like that. No, that's not going to close at all. Finally, it's that time of the video where we dare to compare with some over 4-inch Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures, this being Wave 1 Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello, compared to Wave 2 / Battle Shell Leonardo. You know, to tell you guys the truth, I really do like this one. It is so good. My nitpickings that I turn into a negative, unfortunately, is a little bit of a hindrance to the overall presence of the figure, but as it stands, I love the spring open gimmick to the shell. Was not expecting that at all. The fact that his head is actually the key to unlocking his shell is something that's quite astounding. I never saw that coming. The head sculpt is so much better. The eyes are so much better. The paint job overall is quite an improvement as well, even though not much has really changed. I just love the Battle Shell figures. I think they've always been cool ever since they started from the very beginning. Weapon, not a good idea to have it have hinges and have to fold up in the back of the shell. I get why it had to be done that way, but maybe that wasn't the best way to do it. Maybe they should have had like maybe somewhere on the back of the actual shell itself where it could just slide in like a sheath, instead of having to be put inside the shell, because those hinges have made it very wobbly. The sword is a bit fragile, and that's hard to really say without disgust. But besides the weapons, and besides the mystery weapons here, which I do actually like these, even though they can't be stored inside the shell, this figure is a win. He's got some problems, but those are my problems. Your results could be different, and I'm sure with a little time and effort, I could tweak them a bit just to satisfy my needs. So there's no real reason to complain about it except for the obvious shell, right? Still, cool figure. Pick him up if you see him, and hopefully you will be seeing him soon. I got mine at Walgreens. Didn't see any of the other Battle Shell figures or any of the villains from Wave 2, but hopefully this is a good sign that my local Walmart store will be receiving these figures very shortly. Pretty cool to find these very early. So, questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you like today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to give me a sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. And until then, my friends, this is the Unprofessional Toy Reviewer Hasbro sign off by saying, when the opportunity persists, don't give up on your dreams.